every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games. Whoa. Hop up on that wagon. Oh, please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin'. Right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry. We just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' ahead stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy. Drip so sick, I'm queasy. Whoa. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang.
He's heating up!
With the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I'm gonna need you to take a step back.
Kill him.
Go fuck yourself.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, Beaches, Booshes, Bustas, Hustlers, and Yo-Hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode, and today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is sponsored by Everesting K2, flexing on all you
It's the fucking
Beaches.
The
Thank you for being here. Tuesday, October the 20th, Schwam, a great Swole card today. It is Daily Swole. Drop that in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. Thank you everyone for being here. We are going to jump right into today's episode. Hit the like button. We're live on Rumble and YouTube at The Daily Swole. And of course, make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And you can watch on Spotify. You can comment on Spotify. Definitely want to go check it out. Subscribe everywhere. Share it with your friends. And let's get into the first post. We got one from Mickey Box on Instagram. And this is an amazing design. Let me zoom out. It looks like it was a gift because the caption says, even at 55, you need to get off the fucking couch and go to the fucking gym. I love it.
Emotional damage.
I love it. Maybe you feel like there's emotional damage. Maybe you feel a little bit sensitive when you hear that, but you should get off your fucking couch and go to the fucking gym. And I love it. So it looks like got it for a husband or father, holding it up, brand new GTTFG. And that's the collegiate design. That's a great design. This is underrated. You know what? That would be an amazing horizontal flag, wouldn't it? That would be an amazing horizontal flag. Like a green background, that same color. That's nice. That'd be nice for a horizontal flag. And he looks happy. It looks like he's, taking care of it. Taking care of it. Getting the job done. Anyway, love it. Thanks for sharing. Make sure you tag me up. All right. You know what we got, fam. It is Proof of Jim. Proof of Jim. It is time. Let's get into some of those. Proof of Jim. Tag me in the gym. Post it up in the community, in the app also. Your gym selfies. We need to see you guys. We need proof. Not too many. Make it a good one. Make it a good one. You don't got to post it every day, but flex it up in the community section. Flex it up. And you guys are. Looks good. Adam Pitts went to Walmart after the gym today. A guy saw my gear. He said he needed one. This is absolutely based. Base camp. What merch are you rocking today? That's what we need to do every day. I usually ask because it's like when you go to your favorite sports team and you rock the jersey, you got to wear your jersey. You got to wear your merch. You got to rock merch. So what are you rocking right now? Yesterday, we announced some new stuff. We'll get into some of those new merch releases. We dropped some new tie-dye options from across multiple designs. And we also have another new shirt that we dropped. So if you're just listening, this guy has the Ozempic gym shirt, obviously. Check gym off. Check it off.
We choose truth over facts.
Just say no to Ozempic. He definitely needs one. I love it. I love it. We're going to get set up with like some referral codes and stuff. I want to do like rewards programs and stuff where you guys get Swole coins or Swole points, stuff like that. I have some other ideas, but awesome. Looking good. Looking good. Adam Pitts, rocking it. So what are you rocking? Today, actually, I don't think I actually said I'm wearing the Swole Fam tie-dye P3S 14. 14 we talked about yesterday. It's on the back. So P3S 14 Signature Series. Next one comes up in 44 days, and the last one is going to be going out soon. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So a lot of you are looking forward to getting the most recent one. I always forget what number we're on, but the next one's going to be on 3,500. That's a nice one. 3,500 is going to be a beast. 3,500 is going to be a beast. This last one is a beast. You just haven't seen it yet. Brian Hignett. A 1-year difference. Whoa! Whoa! Proof of Jim. Oh, Brian. Wee-wees, Brian. Wee-wees, Brian. We must Wawise Brian.
The little rascal has spirit.
Excellent. Holy shit. This is great. Round of applause. Drop in the comments. Good for you. Good for you. Drop some emojis. Drop some gorillas. Let me get some gorillas on the screen. Yeah. 1 year difference. Dude, I don't even know how much weight you lost. How much weight you think you lost? 1 year difference. Easily 100 pounds. Could be even more. Yeah, it's great. And you kept the beard. You kept the beard. You look different. You look even more. If we did the before and after and he shaved his beard, because some people do that. They lose a lot of weight. And then, of course, when you trim your beard, whether my beard's longer or shorter, if it's shorter, it makes me look younger. So you can definitely adjust your age if you have a beard. If it's long and scraggly, it's going to look... That's why a lot of my old videos, I looked older than I do now. It's just my beard was unkempt. I didn't give a shit. I didn't take care of it at all. And what gave it away, if you look at some of those old videos. But this is great. So if he trimmed the beard and got rid of it, it'd be, whoa, a completely different person. But then you have the bias of no longer having your face forest, and that's bad. That's bad news. That's bad news bears. That's bad news bears. But this is great. Absolutely fantastic. Good for you. Leave the beard. It's sexy. Yeah, Serenity says leave the beard. Leave the beard. I agree. John Rossiter. Oh, big cactus. Oh.
Hi, puppy.
Good Lord. Good Lord, looking juicy. Juicy as fuck, post-pump for sure. That looks like you worked out hard and then just got out of the sauna. This guy is... Let's just put it this way. This guy's on them peptides. Well, that's... He's built like a brick shithouse. Good for you, dude. Good for you. You know, also, when you work out and you got good gym lighting, gyms know what's up. They have good gym lighting. They got that down lighting or up lighting or accent lighting. And then you go in the sauna and you get that dim, you know. Yeah. John Rossiter looking absolutely piped. I have to tell. I'm not yelling at him when I say go to the fucking gym. That's for sure. Julie McKay running the track and proof I don't skip arm day. Look at this. Absolutely. Sexy. Running the track. You definitely don't skip arm day. Look at you. Look at you. Ladies. And we've talked about a lot on the show when you're like your 40s, 50s. It's not the same as it was. Everyone in the comments is showing pictures. And we talked about, I think it was age a lot yesterday, and drop your age in the comments, and then people did, and it was 55, 60, 45, 32, 37, 43. It's not what it used to be. You go back 20, 30 years, 40 years old it is literally halfway there for average lifespan, but 40 years old was banged up, back pain, knee pain, oh, everything hurts, well, I'm getting older. If you go back and watch some movies, have you guys watched 80s movies? Have you guys watched 80s movies? We watch a lot of 80s movies and, early 90s. And characters that are supposed to be young, they're so much older. You're like, that person looks like who they had playing 30-year-olds in movies, parents in movies. They look like they're in their 50s and 60s today. It was just completely different. It was completely different. Actors that were playing high school, they look like they were 27. So people just take better care of themselves with exercise and stuff. And yeah, there's more obesity. But if you want to be in shape and you want to take care of yourself, there's never been more access to healthy food. There's never been. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm going to get off this for a second. Julie, looking great. Looking great. But as much as there's more obesity than ever before, that's because people aren't paying attention. You just make some different choices and you're no longer obese. It's not hard to not be obese today. And then, of course, but it's an education thing, and then it's an action thing. My point is, you can say that there's more garbage food. Yeah, sure. But there's also more access to quality food. There's a lot of other factors. I'm not saying it's better now, but you go back to the 70s, there wasn't a gym on every corner. There was like maybe one or two in a city. I mean, further than that, maybe there was a couple more in the 70s and stuff, but now there's just so much. There's so much, and there's so many options, and there's tools and things you can do when you're at home. There's so many different devices and things you can get, and weights and stuff that's literally made. You don't need any of those things, but there's a lot of opportunity if you pay attention. So as much as there's more obesity, there's also, it's separating more, right? It's separating more. It's just getting stretched. It's like anything else, you know, you have winners and losers in life. You know, you have winners and losers based on your actions and if you've made certain choices, and sometimes you get the short end of the stick, but you have more opportunities to make better choices also. But you have to care. You have to care. So the information's out there. You have so much information. People, you think you can't figure out how to eat healthy. And this is what I do, but it just still shocks me. You can just got to be proactive. And those of you that are here, you're being proactive. You're surrounding yourself with information that maybe but we talk about these things every day because the podcast is an evolution of also how I think and an evolution of what my take on things are. And that has evolved over time, as it always will. So as you listen to more episodes, you hear things and we cover things that are the same that we've heard 100 times, but you're a different person than you were the first time you heard it. And sometimes you hear things over and over again. One of the members was talking about the episode, the Swolosophy on last Thursday, the volume and fatigue, I think it was, saying, I've heard this stuff all the time. You talk about volume, and we talk about volume and fatigue all the time. But he was saying and mentioned that for whatever reason, what I was talking about in this episode at that moment, you know, something that was missing for him clicked. So I said it in a different way, but it's also, he's heard it 35 different times. And sometimes, you know, you take puzzle pieces and you fit them here, like, oh, it doesn't fit. Oh, that's over here. And then all of a sudden you have, oh no, this goes here. Then that goes here, and that goes here, and then that goes here. And then, oh, but you had to fuck with it for a while. So as much as I might have said it 100 times and he might have heard it 50 times, he's also a different person now than he was the first time he heard it. That's why reading books again. The book is the same, but you're a different person. So you read the book and you get a whole different experience. That's why I go back and I watch movies I've seen many times. Sometimes I watch them now and like, that's not that funny. And some movies I watch and it's like, man, it's still, you know, you see so many things that are different and so many things that you miss nostalgically, but also just sometimes it just holds up and it's just as good. We watched Galaxy Quest the other night. Fucking great movie. It's still good. It still hits on all accounts. Galaxy Quest is so good. It was so good. Anyway, let's get into some more. We got one from Mose Skardars. My gym at home, built by myself in our garage. Dude, round of applause. I'll call you Maz. Let's zoom in on this biatch. Good for you. Punching bag. We got a rower. You got a TV or a screen. You got a rebounder. You got some dumbbells. You got a squat. Ooh, nice squat rack. That's not a squat rack, dude. That looks like that's a heavy duty power rack with the straps in the middle. Nice cross members. Dope. Very stable. Good flooring. Treadmill. Good for you, dude. That's a great setup. Everything you need. Everything you need. Dope. Thanks for sharing. And these are great. You know what? That's great too. For the proof of gym, you can also share your gym. This is great. And I love sharing these pictures because these kinds of pictures is what I looked at. I looked at thousands of pictures like this when I was trying to figure out what I want to put in my space. And I was looking at it when I found a rack that I liked. I was searching all people's pictures. I look at reviews like crazy for things when I was on the Rogue website, figuring out what kind of rack I wanted for inside. I clicked on the rack and I just looked at everyone's pictures because sometimes when you see the rack online, you take the measurements like, yeah, okay. But I want to see what it looks like in people's homes. And I see it tucked in a corner here. Oh, they have it in the corner there and it works great for them. Oh, that's sweet. I didn't see, oh, they put a wood bar across here and they anchored it that way. Oh, that's cool. That's a new option. And think about that. Let me see if that worked for me. And then it changes options now that these are really cool because it gives people ideas of what they can do with maybe what they think is limited space, you realize how much you can actually fit. You can get a lot done. You get a lot done in a small space. Thank you for sharing. Ray Martin. Let's see what we got here. First time in the gym post-surgery. That's what I'm talking about.
I gave it a
Beautiful.
10.
Beautiful. Good man.
Fucking 10.
Look at that.
And that's the way, I like it.
On the lat pull down machine. Dope. First time back in the gym post-surgery. First time. That can be very overwhelming. That could be very nerve-wracking because you don't want to get hurt again. And there's the temptation to lift in the manner that you did before. You know you're not 100%. You're eager to get back, but at the same time, you don't want to aggravate it, so you're not really going at 100% because your body's kind of guarding itself. But you got to be confident, and you have to know your limitations and understand the process of building back up that kind of intensity. So good for you. Good for you. Don't be afraid. Be like Ray. Be like Ray. You get some girls too. Everyone's got their stories. Even an injury. It doesn't have to be post-surgery, but even an injury. And something that I found over the years is that just more recovery is better. If you're not sure if today's a lifting day, if you feel like, okay, maybe I can go 100%, but I'm not sure, and you just don't feel it, this is where I'm at with my training. Anyway, let's get into the tip, and I'll continue. Just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside. I'll get into some Swole fan posts. But where was I? When it comes to recovery, if I don't, because I love to train, if I don't feel I want to go out there and crush it, that means that I need another recovery day. So I've been fine-tuning my split a little bit. I'll have to give you guys an update on something that I've been liking a lot lately. But we can talk about that later. Maybe I'll do a masterclass on this particular split and just how I came to it, because kind of the thought process and understanding what goes through my head when it comes to programming can help you maybe work through some of your adjustments with your programming. So let's see what we got here. Let's get into some Swole fan post. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about some of the releases. Let's cover what we dropped yesterday. So yesterday in the accountability meeting on Monday, where we drop new stuff and really go deep on stuff in the app and anything that is Swole fam, more Swole fam related, member related. Morning Yin is now available in the app, so go and check that out. Also, weekly Swolosophies, volume and fatigue. This is the one that we were just talking about recently, a few minutes ago. Naps, if you have questions, concerns, or just thoughts on naps, and maybe how my thoughts on naps and how you should maybe think about your napping protocol. If you like naps, you could drop in the comments if you like naps. And we have some new merch. Body by Breast Milk. I cannot wait to rock this in every fucking video. This is great. I cannot wait to put this out there. And then we also, I don't have the tie-dye. I don't have that slide, but it's on the website. And it's in the app, so we got the tie-dye stuff. Actually, I could bring that up really quick. Yeah, so we have the tie-dye options. So let me bring this up All right, so you can see new tie-dye shirts. So you have the Fuck Your Resolution. So we have different styles. We have a blotched tie-dye, and we also have like that sun radiant tie-dye. And we added a bunch of more designs. That blue, or what do you call it? What did we find it yesterday? Is ice blue, or is it mint, or I forget what they called it. Arctic blue, I don't know. But that's the color combination of the ghost and the red just looks awesome. So anyway, check all that out on the app. Latest drops yesterday, Body by Breast Milk. It just cracks me up every single time I even look at it. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I see what happened. We went over. Let's see. I feel like let's see. I feel like we did these. Maybe we post them. So I'm being told that these were not. I feel like we've done these already. But here's the thing. When it comes to, let's just bring on the screen. I think we showed that Cerny's pooch. Or I know we talked about it. I know what happened. Yeah. I know what happened. We were going through the app and we're looking through the community. So it feels like, okay, I was thinking we did these already. So we did do, that's the thing. We pull a lot of posts. So we did this yesterday because I was going through the app. So we did do this yesterday, but at the same time, this was put in my folder. So Cerny, this is really cute. This is really cute. So we actually looked at this yesterday because these are from the community. So we'll kind of cover them again. So if you missed yesterday's, well, we got a little cute puppers, and that's awesome. Nothing wrong with that. We talked about this, Daniel taking Papa's advice and trying to get my shoulder and bicep working before considering surgery. This is always good to talk about anyway. But personally, this is not medical advice. Everyone has their own experience with whatever the injury is. I don't know exactly what the issue is. I forget the details because we talk about so many things from so many people. But of course, Danny's a hardcore swole slut and we wish him the best. But I personally, I just would do everything possible before cutting into my shit. So many people go and they just get knee surgery or hip replacements. I'm like, did you practice yoga? Did you do specific mobility strengthening over time and up your collagen? And I'm not saying that it wasn't a good decision for them. Everyone's going to have and make their different choices. But people beat the shit up out of themselves and make it worse and worse and worse. And they just end up not doing. Most people aren't eating properly, period. A lot of people think chicken salad or, grilled chicken Caesar salad is eating healthy. We know you got to get that fat, got to get I would be eating bone broth and all sorts of, ground beef, just getting in a lot of collagen. I'd be supplementing with collagen. I'd be eating more fat. I'd be doing all these specific, I would just be doing everything, dead hangs, everything. I would just make it 100% last resort. Cause I've had my knee that swelled up. I'm never really injured, knock on wood, but I also protect myself from getting injured. And it turns out I haven't done an MRI or anything like that. So I progressed too quickly on deep knee bend lunges. And I went too heavy too soon. I undershot the progression. Like I said, I've gotten injured my elbow when I was swinging. I went up too quickly with swinging steel clubs when I first started doing it, maces. And I fucked up my elbow because I was just doing too much too often. Things got to humble you now and again. So I was just too into it. I was so excited about it and doing it. And wow, we moved to the house and more space. So I was outside swinging and doing all this stuff and loving it. And I just did too much. So you live and learn. And usually that's what commonly happens, but you got to catch these things in advance. Anyway, my knee was swelling. So it was probably MCL or meniscus, something. It doesn't catch. Sometimes it crunches, but both my knees, my ankles crack. It happened for most of my life. But I have to be more mindful of my knee. And I can still train hard. I just have to know and understand, okay, progress much more slowly, much more intentfully. I use different tools, different exercises. I don't do things the way I did. I'm paying more attention to my form and it's night and day, feels great, but I'm also adding some more recovery. So I am not going to train anymore at 90%. I'm not training anymore at 90%. So when we're talking about this injury and also before, I always default. I will take an extra recovery day. No, I will not think twice about it. So the way I've currently restructured my programming, every single workout, every single body part gets generally 3 days rest between. So it's probably 4 days technically. So that would be 96 hours. Because sometimes, I want to get enough volume, but that extra recovery and managing just overall systemic fatigue, exercise selection, how my joints feel, this is just something what I'm playing with now, but also while also training a little bit more frequently, but spreading out the volume more, limiting things. It's just fine tuning, and you're going to fine tune as you go through life, but erring on the side of more recovery is the whole point. You want to be training at 100%, maybe when you're younger or you're taking testosterone or you recover faster for whatever reason based on what you're doing. Maybe you like 2 days, maybe like Monday, Thursday. Every time I've tried Monday, Thursday, where I'm doing, let's say, the same body part, aside from things like calves or forearms or smaller body parts that I'll hit with less volume but more frequently every other workout. Or sometimes I'll do like every other day, and then after doing that for 3, 4, or 5 sessions in a row, I'll take a couple extra days off, but I'll generally do more frequency. Every time I would compress it and try to do 2 on, 1 off, and then repeat, and just having 2 days in between, just doing like 72 hours, it just never really felt like complete recovery. Because don't forget, there's also cumulative fatigue and overall volume, and it's not just local. You have the same central nervous system that you have to allow recover when you're hitting it. So same thing with an injury, trying everything, not medical advice, but adjust, do what you can, really figure out the root cause. And if it's something like connective tissue related, supplementing, collagen, those types of things, high protein, you just got to do the best that you can. And for shoulders and stuff, dead hangs have been well known to prevent so many surgeries, and people that just practice doing dead hangs more and more. So if that's possible for you, I would recommend dead hangs, as long as it's not, specifically recommended against. But again, it's sad to say, but even a lot of, surgeons are going to cut, right? You go to a surgeon, they're going to not necessarily say, hey, do these exercises, you're fine. They're paid to cut, man. You go to a mechanic shop, they're paid to fix. So they're going to find a problem unless you have a reputable place. Like there are reputable mechanic shops and stuff like that will take care of you. But you get my point. You go to a surgeon, he's going to cut. You go to someone with a hammer, they want to hit it. They want to use the hammer for something, right? If the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So you can only do so many things with a hammer, and it's made to pound. So you're looking for things to pound. If you have a scalpel and, hey, I'm paid to cut, well, I'm going to bias towards cutting. I'm not saying that they won't be like, well, we recommend this first, and then I'm not saying they wouldn't give you other options first, but that's how they make their money. Just like psychiatrists, and psychologists, they get paid by the session or whatever. So make sure you're not dragging. If you need to do therapy or you're doing therapy, keep in mind where the incentives lie. It's not to be doing therapy forever. And sometimes navel gazing and going too deep on shit and overthinking it and hyperfixating on it is not the point. It's about reforming yourself now and being intentful about the person the past that you're carrying around is just in your mind. You can forgive yourself and move on, and you have to. Otherwise, you just punish yourself and you drink alcohol and you binge eat and you just punish yourself for whatever reason. Neriel, Papa Swolio. Good afternoon, Swole fam. Hope you're having a great day. I'll be in the gym on Monday. I'm on vacation in Puerto Rico, but don't stop me. Ha ha. Hope everyone is having a great day. All right. Thank you for sharing, Big N. We'll call you N-word. Neriel, we'll call you N-word. Neriel, hard L. Neriel, I would introduce myself like that. My name is Neriel, hard L. Friends call me N-word. All right, where are we? Let's get some questions. You got questions, drop in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Let me scroll up. What are we wearing today? What are we wearing? What merch? Let's see here. Leslie says, I'm rocking my barbell sweatshirt today. Barbell sweatshirt. Like I'm a barbell girl? Barbell girl sweatshirt. Nice. Nice. Pam says, I think it's called the Hope sweatshirt. It's the one with your face and body. Yeah, that's the one with the communist Hope design that the Democrats were using, that they always use. It's like a classic propaganda design. Cerny says, rocking old Swolenormous shirt, worn out with holes, still good. Still rocking it. Still rocking it. I love this cut because this is a little bit different material. This one, I really like I like the fit. I like the fit. Really nice and loose. In a good way. I just like the cut and the material. It's very light. It's very light. So that's a cool thing. Some of these different prints and styles are different material shirts, so they're not all the same. So you can get the same design or a design that you like in different styles. Let's see here. Thomas says, that's what they wanted to do with my meniscus tear. Straight to surgery, no rehab, and it was only a 3 millimeter tear. Joey says, my first physio talked about surgery for my back, and I was like, absolutely not. So I found a new one and demanded exercise to work on the issue. The exercises are working, but I guess most people don't do them and think surgery is easier. Well, I think that's a huge misconception. Like surgery is easier. That's not easier. A lot of times it's never the same. Sometimes it's worse, and the recovery is brutal. Your body knows how to self-heal, and this is how you have to think about these things. What can you do in your environment to allow the body to heal? This is all that you're doing. This is your community. This is your environment. All right, we're in the knowledge cock portion, so you're about to get slapped up the face. You are just creating your environment, adjusting it based on the foods, the sunlight, the habits, the lowering of stress, meditation, going for a walk, lifting weights. I probably repeated myself, but all those things, that is changing your environment. And then you allow your body to heal in that environment. So that doesn't mean that, you just allow your body to heal. It doesn't mean you don't do anything. But what is mobility or resistance training or dead hangs? You are putting your body in a physical environment to heal. Laying out in the sun and getting a little bit extra rays. And I know I say this, a lot of you can't do that. That's why I moved to Florida. I'm outside all the time getting sun. The sun heals. If you don't get a sniffle, if you're just getting a lot of vitamin D, just getting sun and having on your eyes and the warmth and getting it on your full body, I can't recommend it enough. And I say this not because you're spoiled or well, not everyone can get sun, this and the other. Well, I also moved. I was born in New England. And as soon as I finished college, I got the fuck out of there and I moved down to Florida. I've been down here ever since because I always love the weather. It's nice all year round. Getting sun on my nips in December. When I first moved down here, I was on the beach on January 1st. It's chilly. I don't do that now, but you still get beautiful sun. Anyway, and it changes your life. It really does. But if you live where there's no sun, it's fucking miserable for 6 months out of the year. All right. Carrot, you put your body in the environment to heal, and then your body heals itself. It's not that you're not doing anything. Well, the body will heal itself if you put it in a resistance or dead hang or mobility training or walking or reverse sled or corrective exercise. Yeah, people are not going to be, they're going to be like, do these ankle turns and do this, okay, and they skip it and blah, blah. Or it starts to feel better and they stop, right? They start doing these simple movements and then it starts to feel better. And then it feels great. And they forget to do it because it feels good. And then the pain comes back and they're like, and then it's worse because it's stupid. What books do I read? I read a lot of science fiction at night. I usually do a lot of science fiction. I do some, for information. I love reading older books. I really do. But I also am very up on the latest and current with AI. And I listen to a lot of really deep, up to, very niche podcasts. So I like that for the up-to-date information. And that's usually where my focus is at, just in the present and what's going on now. But it's always nice too. That's why if we watch movies, I like things that are longer attention, either reading. I'm not swiping all day. Not watching short form little stuff. I'm either doing, listening to longer form podcasts, or we'll watch a movie, and the movies are usually entertaining or an older movie. And it's really cool. It gives me idea for soundboards and it gives me ideas it just shows the comparison of what's made today. And it's just different. It's cool. I like watching it it's very educational at the same time. So I was reading, And I'll read books over and over again. But yeah. And we have a lot of books in the book list. It's in the app. If you go to the book list, you can find it in the menu. And recommended books for if you're looking about monetary theory or Bitcoin books and other things like that. Christian GB, Papa Swolio, how do I burn fat and win muscle at the same time? I'd love to win muscle. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
Matt Damon.
I want to win some muscle. I know what you're trying to say. You have to build muscle and get rid of fat. That's how you do it, by building muscle. You want to win muscle, you have to earn muscle, you have to build muscle. So build muscle. And then you can manage your, intake in the future. Once you build more lean mass, keep your consumption around in maintenance, but focus a little bit more on protein and quality foods and do an elimination diet and start lifting weights. Start lifting weights. Sheena says, ever since I prioritized getting sun and vitamin D, I haven't been sick. My kids have been sick twice this fall and haven't gotten their colds. And I haven't gotten their colds. Yeah. And I also supplement this time of year. I get a lot of sun, but I still supplement with vitamin D. So. LET says, sunlight is life. One of the great reasons the Southwest is great. Lots of sun. Yeah. Because it also matters your latitude. How close to the equator you are. So even though I'm very close to the equator, in the winter, you're not getting as direct. So I supplement more in the winter. Yeah, I'm not getting flu shots and COVID vaccines and things that compromise your immune system and fucking myself up. That too. Jody Katana, any good workouts for lower pecs? Need those undercups gone. Undercups. You need to be less fat. Most people, they don't see, your chest builds. If you're doing incline, any kind of pressing, you're going to get upper chest and you're going to get sternal pec. If you're doing, more of an upper clavicular pec bias, like an incline, you're still hitting sternal pec. So you'll build your whole chest just by doing incline pressing. Just keep your elbows a little more tucked in when you're doing the incline press. You can do dips. You can do, Smith machine, flat press and things like that. But you're not going to spot reduce the fat around it. You need to be less fat. Having more muscle is good, but you need to be less fat. So for women, or for men too, most people don't see maybe the shred underneath, because if you have fat between your pecs and your abs, if you're more smooth here and not as lean, it's going to look more, more flabby. But if you're leaner, you'll see more of a cut under your pec there. So visually, just having less body fat, you're going to look more, your chest is going to, that's why people would say oh, so-and-so's jacked, when they're really, okay, they're muscular, but they're lean, they're shredded. They're not jacked. People use different terms for different things, but being leaner will make you look bigger. You just see more of the muscle. You see the cuts more. So people worry about their middle deltoid. Sure, you need the muscle there, but most people are just not lean enough, so you see that cut on the side of your delts. Jody Katana. I can't tell if that's a female or a male. I feel like the little image there has a goatee. What is that? Jody Katana. I'm assuming that's a female. But then it looks like there's a goatee there. So are you a dude? Because if you're a female, I'd say also, things like birth control and shit that fucks up your hormones and plastics and estrogenics in your environment. I mean, this goes for men too, but I can't tell. You have some kind of Egyptian goatee. Can't tell nowadays. Sydney Snow, BSC, Papa Swolio, mandatory 3-day work trip. Highly unlikely to have access to clean food. How to stay lean. You are bullshitting yourself. You're making excuses. You're getting a Matt Damon. I'm giving you a fart. Highly unlikely. You bring it, motherfucker. This is a bullshit excuse. This is something. I'm calling you out. I bring food on planes. Man, are you driving? If you're driving, oh, you could have a hot plate. Get the fuck out of here. You could have a hot plate. You can bring some frozen beef and you could be cooking it. You're just making excuses. You just don't give a fuck how to stay lean. What the fuck are you talking about? Clean food? You have choices, fucking bro or brosef or brosafet, brosafina. Brosafina. Pack your own food. They have coolers, bitch. They have coolers that you can plug in. There are coolers you could plug in. Portable fridge. You could be at a shit motel and they don't have refrigerators. You can call to the front desk and be like, "Hey, do you have mini fridges? I need to keep my medication cold." They might be like, "Oh, you can keep it behind the desk." And you're like, no. You could bring a cooler. You plug it in. Does the area not have a grocery store? Yeah, you can go on Instacart or Whole Foods delivery and have it delivered to the hotel. Like, shut the fuck up. Any location, DoorDash or Instacart, like they deliver your groceries. Or you take an Uber to the grocery store and then you Uber back. Do you give a fuck? Bring it on the plane. I don't give a fuck. This is ridiculous. How do people, you can't use your brains. I would travel with a hot plate, and guess what? My carry-on could be frozen steaks. So if you're 6 hours, it's not even thawing, and you keep it in a cooler, and you get there and you can thaw it, and then you can cook it. You can go and buy like a little thing of butter and just cook. Make choices. Plan ahead. Go on YouTube. How do I cook in a hotel room? People live in their fucking sedans. People live in their cars. There you go. People live in their fucking cars. People have entire YouTube channels of living in their car. How I live in my Ford Focus. And it's like, Jesus Christ. So you're just lazy. Highly unlikely to food. Use your fucking brain. I'm in a mood. So like I could be here and give all these information, but like, come on. Highly unlikely to have access to clean food. Where are you going? I'm curious. I'm curious. Maybe like, where are you going? You bring it or you order it or you make it happen. Look, should I have been kinder on this response? I don't know. I'm over it. This kind of stuff frustrates me because I fucking figured it out. I did it. I figured it out. Boil eggs. You could bring boiled eggs on a plane. You could bring a fucking carry-on with 60 hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, you can. I know because I fucking did it. I did it. I used to bring hard-boiled eggs. I used to bring a couple pounds of cooked beef. I used to have like a whole bag of like 17 sweet potatoes. And they would look through my bag and the guys would be like, eating good, like, gotta make those gains. And they would laugh and just like, they would just look at it. Yeah, I didn't give a shit. I'm bringing this on the plane. It's not liquid. You could bring a lot of fucking food on a plane. A lot. A lot. And guess what? Oh, it's a liquid. Oh, I can't bring my soup on a plane. Freeze it first, biatch. Freeze bone broth and you can bring it. It's liquid. That's retarded, but you guys get it. Okay. How do you stay lean? You'll find every fucking excuse. Muscleman 006. I need help with reducing my body fat.
Matt Damon.
I was kidding! I was only kidding!
Big Dad of Two. Papa Swolio, do you think testosterone boosters really do anything, or should I consult with my doctor first? There you go. Now, unfortunately, many doctors don't know what the fuck they're talking about, so I would not be doing this at a general practitioner. I've heard so many or just not horror stories, but people that didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, if you're doing TRT or something through a GP, no. You have to do that stuff privately. Like, there's so many different places for TRT and stuff online. You know, you can get proper blood work at like a lab quest. You could buy the kit online, do the lab work, and they send it in and give you the whole, and then you can see what, and they have like telehealth, consultants, the doctors that you remote but they'll go over it with that mindset. They're not, a lot of doctors, I've heard people, like, it's like doses that don't make any sense, or like the tiniest amounts. And yeah, I don't know. Definitely get your information checked by professionals and people that are experts in that field. I would not take testosterone boosters, the over-the-counter stuff. Some people have dabbled with it. I've dabbled with things like, I don't even remember. I was in like high school, college, like Tribulus. Remember Tribulus terrestris? I did that I don't notice anything. I don't know. Maybe there were too many variables back then. I couldn't notice if I was getting, acne or this because I was not eating as good as I should have. And I had acne anyway, so and I wasn't sleeping well. So I look back on it, like, was it one thing or is it all those things combined? And then a lot of stuff that's processed by the liver orally, you got to be careful with it. That's why a lot of, testosterone, people inject those things because it's not taxing on the liver in that sense. So I'd be very careful with the quality of those supplements and what the research actually is, because a lot of marketing claims have nothing to do with the studies that they're based on. But you want to increase your testosterone, guess what? Get sunlight on your nips, get sunlight on your ball sack, properly and, in the safest manner, which is gradually. And then suddenly eat healthy, get some steaks in your life, lift weights, lower your stress, take care of your health, and that'll boost your testosterone. Get sleep. Kara Alexis, what brand of water do you drink? Filtered, whether it's Berkey water or reverse osmosis, or if I'm drinking seltzer or, club soda, sparkling water. We use a couple different brands. One's Gerolsteiner. That's good. That's nice. Good fizz. I call it San Pellegrino, but I also call it Sad Pellegrino. I used to because I didn't like the bubbles. I didn't like the taste of San Pellegrino, but it's grown on me. So I have different sparkling waters based on my mood and my palate, because I'm fancy as fuck. No, I like it. You could put a little lime juice and something in it. You can make your own ginger, make your own drinks and sodas. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's move on. Let's wrap up this gain train.
That's deep.
Yeah, if you have like well water and stuff, just get your well water tested. Make sure you get your well water tested and all that stuff. Reed says, I used to travel all the time for work and lived in hotels for almost 2 years straight. It's really not that hard to hit the grocery store and pocket the rest of the per diem. LOL. There you go. Sheena says, I brought and cooked food on the boat all summer. It can be done if you're serious and not looking for an excuse. Yes, and that's a great thing about Airbnbs. We always do, if we go anywhere, we do Airbnb because they always have a kitchen. Bingo. I shouldn't say always, but, you can definitely get a kitchen. All right. So let's do these videos. We got a short one first. This one's called Super Fat. Super Fat. Indeed.
What's in the box?
Indeed. Jump scare.
I have a question. Can you tell me what category of fat I fit in?
So it's based on your shirt size. So if you are a 1 or 2X, you are small fat. 3 to 4X, you are mid fat.
Whoa.
5 to 6X, you are super fat. Is based on what level of privilege you have in the world. So someone in a small fat category may not struggle getting on an airplane, but someone in a mid fat or super fat may not be able to use even the airplane extender. So that's where that comes in, and like the privilege levels of like what fat means to different people.
What fat means to different people. Yeah, there's too much there to get into. You're super fat. Oh, okay. Well, natural selection will take these people out first, unfortunately for them. So go to the fucking gym, take care of your health. If you're there's different levels of fat. So you're a small fat. So instead of actually losing the fucking gunch, you're just calling yourself a small fat. No, you're not small. There's nothing small about you. There's nothing small about you, my guy. Or my gal. I don't know what you are. When you're too fat to know what you are. Okay? When you're too fat to know what it is, like that's too fat. That's like that's grotesquely obese. I should redo mine, right? There's vegan. There's swole. There's Jabba the Hutt. We should rename it like grotesquely obese. Like absolutely. We should have like, yeah, rename that. Rename that. They had to rewrite history. They had to change 5, 6X, small fat. You're a small fat. You're a small fat if you're a 1 or 2X. That doesn't even make any sense though. 1 or 2, because I think this is an XL. But I guess, right, I'm considered obese, right? I'm considered obese by the BMI says I'm morbidly obese or very obese. But if I was my height, if I was my weight, fat, yeah, I'd be huge. I mean, I'm like what am I? I think I'm around 212, I think, around. I like this weight. I like this weight where I'm at for the most part. Anyway, crazy. Oh, do it like Gabriel Iglesias's 5 levels of fatness. 1. 1. You look like you eat my food's food. 2. 2. You always train those glutes. 3. All right. And 4. Repeat steps 1 through 3. All right. Is that the song you're talking about? No, that's what. Is that Boyz II Men? Oh, Gabriel Iglesias. That's the comedian. I was thinking Enrique. And I'm like, I don't think he sings that song. I think it's like, was that Boyz II Men or 5 repeat steps 1 through 3 or something else. That's not Drew Hill or something, right? I think it's Boyz II Men. Someone look it up. I don't know. That's Gabriel Iglesias. Enrique Iglesias. He's still with Anna Kournikova, or so I saw online recently. Good for him. Good for him. All right, let's do this. One's called Crazy Lib.
What's in the box?
Let's do it. Crazy Lib. Crazy.
Can you say that?
Can I say it?
I'm going to pause it. It says Philadelphia No Kings protest 10/18. So this is from Saturday.
Can you say that?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Why can't anybody seem to actually kill the president? Because no one's been successful and good presidents are dead.
Do you endorse political violence?
No. I encourage thought-provoking questions. Like, why is that actually going on in 2025 where someone can't even manage to do that to our president? And I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying if that's what's on the table and what's happening, why?
So you have a civil rights attorney for protesting, or?
Yes, and I actually just spoke to someone who was a civil rights attorney passing by who stopped and talked to me because he thought my sign was a little extreme, and he agreed that it was okay.
How do you afford a civil rights attorney?
A lot of the times you can just call them and ask them questions, and they will come out to you or out to whatever activism you're doing and give you guidelines. But for me personally, I do this so often, and you can see I have an anarchy sign on my shoe. I'm so against everything this government does to everyone. It doesn't matter that he does it. I won't even say his name. It's like glorifying a murderer. That I've kept in contact with that person, and basically anytime anything comes up for me, I give him a call, and if it's a situation, it's $100 and he helps me out.
Awesome.
And I've never been arrested. I've never been arrested for any protesting ever.
What you just said
Whatever, big dog.
is one of the most insanely
That's a no
idiotic
from me,
things I've
dog.
ever
That's a
heard.
no from me, dog.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. A retard translator. Fam. Rosetta Stone for Rosetta Stone for retards. You know what that should be? Oh, Rosetta Stone for retards. It should be like the Swole Stone. And it just says GTTFG. It's hieroglyphics. It's just biceps. Oh, that'd be cool. Wouldn't that be cool? Do like an Egyptian design. Some hieroglyphic. It's just like GTTFG. Go to the fucking gym. Fucking is like eggplant. Yeah. Hieroglyphic design. Oh. Mark says, just looked at my BMI. I'm an obese class 2. Obese class 2. I need to do like a BMI shirt. Like, I am obese. I am severely obese. I am severely obese. Yeah. I am severely obese. I'm severely obese. Obese. I'm obese. Well, fam. Let's get America for the road. We got a Swole card to give away, and then we got a throwback, so don't nobody go nowhere. Let's give it away, give it away, give it away. Give it away now. Daily Swole. Drop the hashtag in the comments below. Yep, the Egyptian beard. Oh, I got it. All right, we got a winner. Today, we got in the house Thomas Schwartz. Congratulations. Heyo. Congratulations, Thomas. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card. 3456 in the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email, and we'll get you this Swole card over to your Swole hole ASA to the motherfucking P. Before we go anywhere, fam, it's Fuck Your Resolution season. Join the Swole fam over at swolenormousx.com. Boom. Here's the app. You can download it at your convenience. Go to swolenormousx.com, sign up for the Swole fam, join us, and plug into the community section, plug into the Telegram chats. Like, this is why I thought we had gone over those posts before, because we did, and I went through and I was reading some of these. So maybe that's what we do. We don't have to, I mean, we just go over them here, and we can go over and go deeper. But great to have you guys blowing up the community section. Join us and surround yourself with people that are giving a fuck about their 7 pillars. People that are not mentally insane or were mentally swole sane. Join the Swole sluts. And then you can, and then once you're a member of the Swole fam, then you can work to become a Swole slut. And the Swole sluts are, well, those are the sluttiest of the swoliest of the Swole, and turning up for the round tables and all the private events, which is a lot of fun. We have another one coming up soon. So we got some more things that I'll announce, and you're going to like it. But we got a lot of stuff coming up for the Swole fans. So come on over to the Swole side and get absolutely jacked with myself and everyone else. And I got to do that. I got to do that masterclass about the program design. Maybe we'll do a private live masterclass stream for that. So stay tuned. Let's do a throwback. Here we go. And it's Fuck Your Resolution season, so start today. And if you've been listening and you've been thinking, oh, maybe I should start, it's October 21st. You guys know it's been, come on, it's fucking October already. Fuck October. It's almost November. It's almost Swolevember. Holy shit. Holy shit. Time is, it's going slow, and then it goes fast and it ramps. Before you know it, it's going to be the Swole New Year's party, and we're going to be in January. We're going to be, I can't believe it's only been like, I can't believe it's been like 8 months of Trump. That's it. It's only been like 8 months, 9 months. This is like a long year. But you know it's going to be January 1st. And you're going to look back, oh, I remember thinking I was going to start and take shit seriously in October. Oh, he was right, huh? And then it's going to be the summer, and then it's going to be again, and then it'll be 2026. We'll be right here in 2026, and you're going to be, so just don't do it. Do it now. It's always now. It's always now. The answer is always now. Did I hit the throwback button already? I did hit the throwback button already, didn't I? Here we go. Here's a throwback. Right now. Here we go.
What's in the box?
The majority families.
That makes sense to me.
What she's saying is that it has to be a black family. They have to be dark. They have to be mixed. Is it the skin color, or is that there's two parents?
Don't get me wrong. There are families like that. Those families have plenty of things dedicated to them. Movies and books and holidays and all the things.
Yeah, okay. She has a rainbow lanyard, and this is your cliche white virtue signaling libtard.
Why is that on a book?
It's a family, you cunt.
Why is that a picture representing families?
Why does a family have two parents? Why are their mouths so big? So tell me you're a racist without telling me you're a racist. Jeez. All right, Beaches. Well, thanks for being here. Whatever. It's nice to have a brain that functions. Isn't it nice to have a brain that functions? If nothing else you learn from today's episode, it feels good. It feels good to have a brain that functions, doesn't it? Well, thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGeese, deuce, magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now the king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.